Hello, my name is Walker Martin, and today I'm going to be showing you why President John Adams was the best president out of the first 5 presidents. So, for starting off, we got background information. First of all, he was against slavery. That is very important because everybody should be equal. And he was on the Declaration of Independence Committee, which is pretty important. And he was also a lawyer, had some smarts, big brain. Defended British soldiers for a failed trial, so, like, for the Boston Massacre, he protected those soldiers. And then, one achievement that he has done, well, he did, is that he showed strength in our country, and how he did that is for the foreign affair, with the XYZ affair. He avoided them because the French wanted to bribe us so they would stop attacking our ships. And he said no, and they eventually backed off, and so he saved our country money, and he showed our country would not get bullied by those bigger countries. So, yeah, that's a pretty good thing. Second achievement is that he was the first president to not own slaves, which is a good example, if you ask me, because my president didn't own slaves, and he was a good president, like he has been doing. Then, I mean, like, maybe some other people shouldn't own slaves. Like, nobody should, actually, but, you get my point, because they don't really understand that they're people yet, too. And, yeah, he was just against slavery overall, and it wasn't just because he was poor, he just didn't think it was right. So, yeah. The thing that he was wrong about in his presidency is the Sedition and Alien Acts. They seem pretty bad. Like, nobody was allowed into the country and stuff. Because, well, one of them, they overlap. Because, like, the Sedition Acts were because, males over 14 weren't allowed in the country while our country is at war, because they might, like, be spies, or they might just terrorize our country from an enemy country. And then the Alien Acts was just wrong. Like, the Sedition Acts, there's a point to it because it makes sense. So we would, like, not lose that advantage. But the Alien Acts, that's bad because it just doesn't let anybody in our country, and that's not really right. We're a free country, and first world countries just should help other countries. That's what we do. And so, yeah, it was right for the Sedition Acts because it would be bad if we were at war and just anybody was allowed in the country. Like, that's just bad. And then, okay, and one reason why Jefferson is wrong is because he owned, like, a crap ton of slaves. He was a huge slave owner, and he called them animals, like, a lot, and he's just horrible to them overall. And with one of his closest slaves, he had a bunch of children, which is just, I would have never thought because of what he says about them. 6 kids with Sally Hemings. That is a lot of kids. It's just bad. And he was married, so that's just weird. And then one thing about Washington is that he did make our country look like a dictatorship with the sending our army to quell the Whiskey Rebellion. That was it seemed like that the citizens had no say in our laws, but I guess it it was, yeah, it was just that made ourselves look like a dictatorship. So that's not that good at all. And then one thing bad about Madison is the War of 1812. That was not at all useful, in my opinion. Like, we didn't gain anything, but we actually, I, we lost lives and money and resources, and we did like get we did get like our embargo off, but it wasn't because of the war, so that wasn't really anything to do with it. And then Monroe caused the depression because the stocks and everything were just going down, and he just kind of messed up our economy. Even though he had like the great like happiness time period, but after that it was just a bunch of like it was just bad. He caused our economy to drop. It was not good, not good at all. So that is my TED talk on why John Adams is the best president out of the top five. Thank you.